Let's begin the class today. Okay, good morning to everyone. How are you today? How do you feel today? Samantha, how do you feel? Here I'm with my coffee. My coffee. Very important in the morning. This, very important. Okay, guys, today, first I'm gonna show you a video and then we'll go straight to business. Okay, remember last week we were talking about what was the topic? Production possibility curve, or production possibility frontier, or production possibility border. Those are the same. Okay, so today we're going to continue with this wonderful topic. But first, I'm going to show you a video as an introduction, not introduction, but for the day, okay? For the day, for you, try to learn something.
Light bulb was the
besides economic, okay? Let's pay attention, guys.
What if this light bulb was the cure to racism, sexism, and classism? Hear me out. Do you know what people and light bulbs have in common? We both express as different colors, have different shapes, different sizes. We're manufactured in different places. Some of us are bright, some dim, some clear, and some broken. We appear to be very different on the outside. But the thing about these lights is, there is one current running through each bulb. And in the same way, there is a singular energy running through each person on this planet. Doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter your race, gender, nationality, that's just the bulb. Inside of all that is who you really are. Energy. Don't believe your energy? Well, riddle me this. Say you have a friend named Jim, and you've been visiting Jim in the hospital. Until one day, Jim unfortunately dies on the operating table. You say, oh no, Jim died. But his body is still there. His race, his gender. But you say Jim died? Because you know deep down that Jim was a lot more than his body. He was the intelligent energy that gave life to his body. Energy is what we are. And energy has no color. It is not Republican nor Democrat, white or black. Energy is not Christian, Muslim, or atheist. Energy is. We are intelligent, creative, universal energy. And if we understood that, then we would finally know what wise men and women have been trying to tell us since the dawn of time, that we are one.
Definitely, we are unique. We are spiritual. We only come to this world, and we are what we are watching right now is like it's well really it's a body, but we are spiritual. We are using this body in order to enjoy this life, because after we die, then we're going to move on to another place, and what it goes is not our body, it's our spirit. Okay, so try to enjoy your ride here in the world and try to achieve all your dreams. You have only one chance to try to achieve. Okay, guys, as an introduction of this today's class, and I think you don't remember about the topic, so that's why I brought this video, really funny video, that will refresh your mind about what we spoke last week. Let's hear it, guys. Listen, pay attention, everyone.
How you doing, Econ students? This is Mr. Clifford. Welcome to ACDC Econ. Right now, you're learning about the first graph in this class. It's called the Production Possibilities Curve. The Production Possibilities Curve presents potential prospects for the production of a pair of products. It's a pillar of the program, and pupils have to practice. This graph is totally important. First, we're going to start off with a table that shows the production possibilities of two goods. In this case, videos and hats. And this example is actually for me. If I quit teaching, I spent all my time, I could make hats, right? Using this loom, hats that look like this. Basically, you wrap the yarn around this and it can wrap around itself and the hat kind of grows out from the bottom. You kind of tie it off to the end. As you can see from the chart, if I spent all my time working on hats, I could produce 30 hats in a week. Yo, what's up, bro? If I spent all my time and resources making econ videos, I could make 4 videos. But as you can see, I wouldn't be able to make any hats. So this chart shows my production possibilities. It shows me the different combinations of hats and videos that I could make using all of my resources. To get the graph, we just have to plot these points, and that's going to give us a graph that looks like this. This is the production possibilities curve, or sometimes called the production possibilities frontier. The best part about this graph is the fact that it shows all the key concepts that you've been learning so far. It's going to show scarcity, trade-offs, opportunity costs, and efficiency. It shows the idea of scarcity because it shows that I cannot produce anywhere beyond the curve. So the curve, or the frontier, shows the idea that I have limited resources. The graph shows trade-offs because if I decide to start producing videos, I have to give up hats. Or if I produce hats, I have to give up videos. Opportunity cost is shown by the specific number of hats I give up when I make a video. For example, when I move from combination A to combination B, I'm producing more videos, but I'm also losing hats. The number of hats I lost is the opportunity cost. In this case, producing the first video cost me 1 hat. This graph shows efficiency because if I'm producing a point right here where I'm producing only 2 videos and 5 hats, I am inefficient. This is because I'm not using all of my resources to the fullest. I'm not somewhere on the actual curve. So any combination inside the curve is inefficient because I could produce there, but I don't want to. I can produce more of both goods. That means the line itself must be the idea of efficiency. If I'm producing any one of these combinations, I'm using all my resources to the fullest. And again, a point here outside the curve is impossible because I don't have enough resources to get there. But the curve can shift, but wait for it, that comes later. Right now it's time for you to practice calculating opportunity cost. So I want you to use the table and figure out the opportunity cost from each one of these. So calculate the opportunity cost from A to D, to B to C, from E to D, and from C to A. Remember, opportunity cost is what we're giving up, and so look for the thing that we're losing. Don't forget to clarify if I'm giving up hats or if I'm giving up videos. The opportunity cost from A to D is 15 hats. Notice, from combination A, we're producing 0 videos and 30 hats. Now, when we go over here to D, we're gonna have 3 videos and we're gonna have 15 hats. That means we lost 15 hats. That's the opportunity cost. The opportunity cost from combination B to C is 4 hats. The opportunity cost from E to D is 1 video. And the opportunity cost from combination C to combination A is 2 videos. Now, it's super important to be able to calculate opportunity cost, but we're not done. Let's do different examples. So in this case, let's do corn and wheat, and let's do cactus and pineapple. It turns out that the shape of the curve is very important. So this top one shows a constant opportunity cost between corn and wheat. This is because the resources to produce corn and wheat, the ground, the climate, are very similar. So when you produce a certain amount of wheat, you give up a certain amount of corn. And when you produce that same amount of wheat, you give up the same amount of corn. That shows constant opportunity cost. But down here, when it comes to cactus and pineapples, when you produce the very first pineapple, you give up just a little bit of cactus. When you produce the next pineapple, you give up even more, the next one even more, and the last one, a whole lot of cactus you give up. This is called increasing opportunity cost. It's because the resources, the land and climate to produce pineapples and cactus are completely different. But the plural of cactuses is cacti. Cacti! 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 So when we first start producing pineapples, we're going to give up just a little bit of cacti. This is because we're going to use the land that's more suited towards pineapples, and it's not very good at producing cacti, and so we're going to lose a little bit of cacti and get a good amount of pineapples. Now, as we keep doing that over and over again, we're going to give up more and more cacti. This is because we're using resources that are less and less suited towards pineapples, until finally, right here, we're producing just a little bit more pineapples, but giving up a whole lot of cacti. Cacti! And this is the idea of the law of increasing opportunity cost. The law says as you produce anything, the opportunity cost to produce it is going to get bigger and bigger. And that explains the shape of the graph. Remember, a straight line production possibilities curve like this shows constant opportunity cost. And a bowed out curve shows the idea of increasing opportunity cost. Now, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and you can learn more about the production possibilities curve and how it shifts by clicking on this video, or you can go look at Unit 1 videos by clicking right here. Now, make sure to come back to the channel because I'm making a ton of new videos this year, all right?
Okay, guys, now this same video is the same that I loaded up. I loaded up like a couple in the platform of economic platform. Okay, so please, I know this guy here really speaks fast, really fast. So if you couldn't pick up all the information, you can go once again to the platform and try to review, try to get all the information in order to understand this topic that is production possibility curve, or was production possibility frontier, or production possibility border. Both are the same. Now let's go right into the last week. I was explaining this PowerPoint. Remember this picture? This guy, he was baking bread, loaf of bread, and muffins. Okay, now this is the table that says the production possibility using the resource, because you remember the resource are limited and they don't have, it has only a certain amount of resource in order to produce these two goods, right? So this is the table. When he wants to produce 12, he won't be able to produce any muffins. Now over here, now what is the opportunity cost in order to get 35 muffins? The opportunity cost is that he's going to lose 2 loaves of bread. Now over here, what is the opportunity cost to produce 63 muffins? Is 12 minus 7 is 5. So 5 loaves of bread is the opportunity cost in order to produce 63 muffins, and so on. The same thing over here, okay? That's why I wanted for you to understand what is the difference, because trade-off, opportunity cost, or marginal cost, marginal benefits. Okay, so that's why I was very consistent for you to understand the terms. Now, production possibility curve. The production possibility curve table, this one, 1.3 is the previous one. Anyway, shows 5 production. Is this one? It's this one. This one. Okay. It shows 5 production possibility for loaf of bread or brown muffin. The data in the table also can be plotted on a graphic as a figure 1.4 over here, this one. The line join the plotter's point is the production possibility curve, this one. Okay. Now, further, the production possibility curve shows the opportunity cost of each choice in a visual wave. Trace the curve from left to right with your finger. Notice that as you move along the curve, you make fewer loaves of bread and more muffins over here. If we move from left to right, we are producing less loaf of bread, less and more of muffins, and on until we reach this 100 and 0 of loaf of bread. Okay, let's go back. The opportunity cost of making more muffin is the bread that cannot be made. Cost. Now over here, there's another graphic. If you decide to make 10 loaves of bread, how many brown muffins could you make? Okay, let's see. 10. We would be able to produce 35 muffins. Now, question number 2. What is the opportunity cost of making 10 loaves of bread? What is the opportunity cost of producing 10? The opportunity cost is that you won't be able to enjoy 2 loaves of bread. Okay, why? Because you are going from 12 to 10, so 2 are missing. So that's the opportunity cost in order to produce this amount of muffins. Okay, now this is a practice for you to present it next class. This is very simple, guys. This is for you to write it in your notebook and to practice. All we have seen since last week, possibility production curve. This. So this is the table. This is the table with all the information, cupcakes and robots. Okay, like it says Jackie Land is known for the production of cupcakes and robots. Then renewed, what it says over here, the following production possible call for Jake's Land. Now this is the production possibility. Now point A is this one, point B is this, 228. Now over here tells you that the axis Y is gonna be the cupcakes. Quiere decir que las Y van a ser con cupcakes y las X van a ser los robots, okay? En la gráfica, in the graphics, okay? Now, so you have to draw this graphic in your notebook with the title, with this title, okay? Practice, PPC practice, okay? Write it in, do it in your notebook. Now, over here there are 3 questions. Draw and label it. We have done already. Now indicates on the graphic with point K where inefficient is. Okay, inefficient is when you are not using all your resources. Now over here, now remember, this is efficiency. This is the border. This is the limit of you are able to produce. So that means that in this area is the inefficient area. That's why then you have to write over here in this area the K, letter K in this area, letter K over here. Now the last question, it says indicate on graphic with point L of loco, where unattainable. Unattainable means that no se puede obtener. It's impossible. Why? Because remember, your resources are limited and you cannot produce more. So this is, if you want to produce, if you want to make this frontier, if you want to make this frontier to move from here to here, for instance, you cannot do it. Why? Because you have a certain amount of resource and you cannot move this frontier from here to here. You can reduce it and make it inefficient, but it's impossible to move this frontier to this area. Okay, so that's why over here you need to write the letter L. So this practice, I want you to do it in your notebook, guys, for next class. The next class, I think, is tomorrow, I guess. Let me see. The next class, 10B. No, it's on Friday, in 2 days. Okay, so that's today's Tuesday, is on Thursday. Okay. Now let's move on, guys. We got 6 more minutes for explanation. Now, what we learned from PPCs, what we learned from production possibility curve or frontier. One important concept revealed in production possibility curve is efficiency. Efficiency. The condition in which economic resources are being used to produce the maximum amount of goods and services. Another is underutilization or inefficient. Inefficiency or underutilization, or over here they call it inefficient. Inefficient, not underefficient. It's inefficient, sorry. So underutilization or inefficient. The condition in which economic resources are not being used to their full potential. As a result, fewer goods and services are being produced and the economic is capable of making. Examples, efficiency and underutilization. Now in figure 1.5, that is this one, 1.5 over here, shows the, let me see, pointer, I don't see the pointer. Where is the pointer? Over here, huh? Figure 1.5, sorry, here, shows the classic production possibility model of guns versus butter. In this model, guns is shorthand for military spending. Guns es la representación corta de lo que significa gastos militares, military spending. And butter represent consumer production, lo que el consumidor produce. Usually, this is an expression, guns and butters. What to produce? Guns and butters, guns and butters. Usually, countries or economies like United States, Soviet Union, or Korea, or Japan. Well, not Japan, but anyway, they have this conflict. What to produce? Because, as for instance, United States, they always need to. They think they have to defend their country, so that's why their budget, national budget, goes a very important part goes to military in order to defend their country, for the army, for all the military section that they have over there in United States. So always they have this conflict when they are going to prepare or organize the budget, national budget. So they have to consider where the money is going to go, whether to guns, and it means the military expenses, or butter, or to invest invested in the national economic in order to grow and for the people. Okay, so that's what it means, guns and butters. Okay, now the next slides. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. Okay, we'll continue. Next class, we're going to finish this topic, and then next week we'll move on to another topic. Also, in your platform is already, I think, is the assessment that you need to do here in this topic. Remember, the topic of this session is analyzing production possibility. You need to write it in your notebook, and also this is the vocabulary, or the objective on the vocabulary that you have to write it in your notebook. And also the next activity that you have to do it in your notebook is this practice that I just load up, this one. And after this graphic, then you have to complete the assessment, okay? Okie dokie. Now, please, everyone, turn on his and her camera. Please turn it on. I need to take a picture. Hey, Daniel, you are here. Daniel, welcome. You are late, man. Okay, important. Okay, chicos, that's it. That's enough.